Madam, you are muted, madam. Bhavani, madam.
Hi, everyone. A very good morning and good evening to you all. You all joined us on this beautiful day. And welcome to the beautiful program of Patriji Consciousness on the occasion of Guru Purnami, presented by Omega Pyramid, Dallas, USA Masters. And I'm Bhavani Sharma from Dallas. Masters, today we entered into day 10 of this beautiful program. And first, Masters, actually in USA, today is Guru Purnima for us. And first of all, I really want a happy Guru Purnima to you all. And let's all extend our deep gratitudes to our beloved Guru, Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji. Masters, from past this 9 days, we've been meditating together and then like watching Patrisa's selected videos for beautiful topics, and we are discussing about it. And like past a couple of days, we've been discussing about. I mean, we discussed about Bhavana Kshetra, Vak Kshetra, and Karya Kshetra. That is conscious creation and about conscious speaking, and about like the significance of seva in the spiritual path. And then yesterday we had another wonderful session by Srinivas Reddy sir, who explained about like various states of consciousness. It was a wonderful session, Masters. And then today also we have another beautiful topic, purpose of life. And Masters, like before we get into today's session, let's do a 30 minutes meditation. And today, to guide today's meditation, we have Vikal Master. Welcome, Vikal sir. Over to you.
Thank you, Bhavani ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Firstly, deepest gratitude to entire team of Omega Pyramid for conducting this fantastic program for the during the Guru Purnima, Patriji Consciousness. Thank you very much, and I'm fortunate to conduct the meditation program today. Thank you very much. So, friends, before we get into the meditation, just couple of points. We will be conducting the most simplest form of the meditation, that is Anapanasati meditation. Most of us are practitioners, and some of us may be new. Just to tell the basics posture. Wherever you are, sit comfortably. It is Sthira Sukha Asana. Stable, comfortable, sit properly. If you are sitting on the couch or on chair, cross your feet. If on the floor, cross your legs. Clasp your fingers into fingers, and simply close your eyes. Start observing your breath. The Anapanasati meditation is the most simplest form of the meditation. Ana means incoming breath. Apana means outgoing. Sati means be with breath. So next 30 minutes is your time, our own time. Rest, everything can wait. And between the meditation and our inner journey, only the thoughts will be the distraction. Thought will come and go. Don't entertain the thoughts. Don't engage with the thoughts. In case you're feeling that you are engaging with the thoughts, cut the thoughts and come back to the meditation. Start observing your breath. And start observing your breath. Be with your breath, friend. Whoever are wearing the specs, please remove the specs. We'll take a couple of deep breaths to align the mind and body, and then start getting into the observing the our simple natural breath. Inhale, exhale, breathe in, breathe out. Next 30 minutes is your time. Everything can wait. Be with your breath. Start observing your breath. Surrender yourself to your breath. Let the natural phenomena happen. No forceful breathing. So let it be normal and natural breath. No alteration. And be with breath. We will play soothing music. Wonderful friends and masters. If any thoughts are coming, don't engage with them. Cut the thoughts. Come back to observe your breath. Be with breath. As you close your eyes, be with breath, you start emptying your mind. Be with your breath, flow with your breath, surrender yourself to your breath for next 25 minutes, masters. Wonderful. Everything can wait. This is your own personal time. These 25 minutes are your own. Don't engage into any thoughts. Cut the thoughts. Come back to observe the breath and flow with breath. You may feel sensation in body parts, tingling. All is normal, natural. Just acknowledge and come back to breath, please. Wonderful, friends. Please cut the thoughts. Come back to your breath. No chanting, no visualization. Just be with normal and natural breath. Observe the breath, follow the breath, and Wonderful, my dear friends and masters. Cut the thoughts, come back to breath. Breath is our guru, breath is our guide. Just be with breath. Last 15 minutes. Wonderful masters. Thoughts are like clouds, may come and go. Don't engage with them. Everything can wait. This is your own time. Last 8 minutes, masters. Be with your breath. Flow with your breath. While you are meditating, lot of flow of the cosmic field. Feel that. Feel that lightness, relaxation. Just acknowledge any sensation or any tingling in your body parts and be with breath. Excellent, wonderful, masters. Last 2 minutes. Be with breath. If any thoughts, cut the thoughts. Come back to breath. Be with breath. Last 2 minutes, master. Last 30 seconds. Be with your breath. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly come back. There is no hurry. Take your time. Now, time for gratitude. Please express your gratitude to your very first master, your parents, your gurus, your teachers, and all the masters doing meditation with us as a group meditator, to your family, to your friends, to the nature, and Mother Earth. Deepest gratitude to all supports system. Slowly unclasp your fingers and keep your palm on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Take your time, slowly open your eyes and come back. In no hurry, take your times. I think all are coming back. Over to you, Bhavani ma'am.
Wow, thank you, Vikal sir. It was a wonderful meditation and nice full moon energies. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you, Bhavani ma'am. Over to you.
Welcome back, masters. Hope you all had a wonderful meditation. And now it's time for us to get back into next segment of the session. Today's topic is purpose of life. Wow, what a wonderful topic today. Yeah, over to you, Prithvi.
Thank you, ma'am. Vikil sir, it was a beautiful meditation. Thank you so much. And I don't know, just your presence itself is so beautiful. Thank you, sir. And friends, today, as Bhavani madam told, today's topic is the purpose of life. A lot of us, I don't know how many of us have realized our purpose of life by now. And maybe that's a confusion. Maybe we are in that state of confusion, still trying to get the clarity why we are on this planet. And this question keeps lingering in the mind, right, for all of us. Why are we here? What am I supposed to do? What is going to give me the complete satisfaction or fulfillment? So we keep questioning. But Sir says that the prerequisite to know one's own purpose of life is questioning. Without that question, we cannot actually get to know what is the purpose of life, what is our purpose of life. And we started off this program with a quote, with a very beautiful quote of Patri sir, which said, "Every soul comes to earth to create something new and contribute uniquely to the world." Every soul comes to the earth to create something new and contribute to the world uniquely. Okay. And without that great creative plan, no soul comes to this planet, which means all of us are gifted uniquely. Only thing that we need to do is just take off those layers, and which is not letting us to see our own uniqueness. So Sir says, to know your purpose, you need to meditate a lot. In meditation, you take off those layers and you get that clarity why you are here. So the enlightenment starts with the first question, who am I and why am I on this planet? Without that question, there's nothing. Why should we meditate? Why should we be on this session, right? Why should we do all of these things? But that very question will trigger to know what our purpose of life is. When we started this program, also, we have a reason why we started. We have that why are we doing this Patriji consciousness? It is because we want to connect, not just connect, but be in his consciousness, right? So when we have taken a life of a human on this planet Earth, it is, I think it is very necessary for each one of us to ask, why am I here? Right? It's not simply that, like every other being, animal being, plant being, we just come here, enjoy the food, sleep, and the regular societal pleasures and demands and regulations. So education, marriage, job, kids. This is a regular process, right? But apart from this, there is something that really calls us. We are uniquely gifted, right? It can be anything, anything. Sir says that you have to become a master in one of the area, whatever it can be. It can be arts, sports, music, or meditation, or any kind of thing. But you need to become a master of it. Why he says you have to do one mastery in one of the area in your given lifetime is because when we do a mastery, we are focused, we get into that clarity, we have discipline, we are committed, we have that sincerity, right? So it can be any area, but it is very important to become the master. That is why his first book is to be a master, right? So let's watch what he says about this to a youngster first, and then we'll hear the rest of the things. First, let's watch it.
life?
You will not know your purpose of life straight away. I never knew my purpose of life. Nobody knows purpose of life in the beginning. But as you go about in your life, you will understand your particular purpose of life. Halfway through, you will understand. By the time you reach 30 or 40s, you will understand really the purpose of life. Then you want, yes, I want to do my purpose of life. As a young lady or a young boy, you can't know your purpose of life. You want to be successful in your life, that's all. But as you proceed in your life, then you know, I am meant for something else. Not for what I am doing right now. So at that time, the purpose of life comes in. In the beginning, life only comes in, not purpose of life. You want to live a life, happy life, fulfilled life, successful life. Afterwards comes purpose of life. Halfway through life, you will encounter your purpose. And you will discover your purpose. Questions come about what is my purpose of life. I am living, I am happy, I got a family, I am successful in my money. Everything I wanted I have achieved, but I don't know what is my purpose of life. At that time, the purpose of life comes in. Are you worried about your purpose of life right now? No, you are not. You want life, that's all. Isn't it? After a few years, you will really come to purpose of life. Wait until that time to know about your own purpose of life. Until that time, live happily, healthily, contentedly, even without knowing the purpose of life. After some time, you will encounter the purpose of life. Then you will sacrifice everything else for the purpose of life. Buddha was a king's son, isn't it? He was married and everything was nice, but he was not happy with himself. He did not know what was the purpose of life, isn't it? But one day he said, enough of my life, I want something else. He left his palace and went away. Okay. Then he meditated for 5.5 years. Then he knew his purpose. His purpose was to teach the whole world. As a king's son, he did not know his purpose. When he left his palace, he did not know the purpose. After he completed 5.5 years of meditation, then he knew his purpose. That his purpose is to teach the whole world. And that's what he did. Isn't it? Same thing happens to everybody. Midway in the life, you will understand about purpose of life. You are not at that particular level, isn't it? But someday you will come to that. You will come into a situation where you want your purpose of life. It happened to me in my case. I was working in a company, fertilizer company. I was having everything, but I was not happy in my company. I knew that I am meant for something else. I knew that I am meant for teaching the whole world, not working in a company for some money. No, selling fertilizers, no. But I was doing that. I was not happy with that. But I know someday it will happen to me. I will realize my purpose of life. For the past 30 years, I am realizing my purpose of life, to teach the whole world. This kind of turn of events will come to every soul. For every soul, the purpose of life is different. For Mahatma Gandhi, what was the purpose of life? Not meditation, liberating the country, isn't it? For Gavaskar, the purpose of life is cricket, not liberating the country. Right? For M.S. Subbulakshmi, the purpose of life is to sing. So everybody will have a different purpose of life. But everybody will realize the purpose of life. And for that, they will sacrifice everything else and get fulfillment through the purpose of life. Purpose of life is a very big topic. You put a right question. Anyhow, congratulations.
Yeah, so says putting the right question is the first thing. And he says halfway through the life we will get to know. First life happens, then the purpose of life happens. And once we get to know what is the purpose of life, we will sacrifice everything to live that purpose. So that is such a beautiful thing. And we'll just watch one more video.
I started this Pyramid Spiritual Society movement 40 years back when I became enlightened about my own purpose of life. I was in search for truth since my childhood. Then finally I stumbled upon Anapanasati meditation technique from one of my friends way back in the year 1976. Then I practiced meditation. Then I realized my own past lives and the purpose of current life. And when I started reading enormously, all the spiritual masters of the world, I must have read in these 40 years more than 1 lakh spiritual masters and spiritual books. And when I became enlightened, I knew that I had to do something for the whole society. I started teaching meditation to everybody. I was working in the corporate sector. I was working in the Coromandel Fertilizers Limited as the marketing officer. Along with my work in my corporate sector, I was teaching meditation to everybody. I was teaching vegetarianism to everybody. Everybody should be a vegetarian. The most important defined value for me is ahimsa. Nobody can massacre animals, fish and bird and be happy or healthy or think himself as a human being. No way. He is not a human being. He is a devil who cuts animals, fish and birds and eats those carcasses. He is not a human being, he is a devil. So I started my movement, going to every house to teach meditation, and through meditation they would become vegetarian. While I was working in my company, I used to go from village to village. So wherever I used to go, after my work is over, I used to teach meditation to everybody. This happened from 1975 to 1992. When I resigned my job, then I gave my total dedication to spread meditation to the whole world. I had gone to almost 80% villages in Andhra Pradesh. I hail from Andhra Pradesh. I go to each and every house, make them do meditation. And through meditation they become vegetarian. They become students of spiritual science. They understand that they create their own realities all the time, through their own thoughts, through their own words, through their own deeds. You create your own reality. And in the year 1982, I came to know about the pyramid power. Then I started making small pyramids and giving those small pyramids to people to meditate. They had very good results. Then we built a first pyramid in Kurnool in the year 1992 when I resigned my job. And later on, many pyramids. Now about 20,000 pyramids have been constructed in 20,000 villages all over India and some parts of the world too. When you do meditation inside a pyramid, your meditation becomes thrice more powerful. When you do meditation in a forest, your meditation becomes thrice more powerful. When you do meditation with music, nice instrumental music, classical music, then your meditation becomes thrice more powerful. When you do meditation in a group, your meditation becomes thrice more powerful. So I have been doing all these things for so many years. Now millions of people have become Buddhas through the practice of Anapanasati meditation. and they have all become vegetarian. They are all teaching meditation to everybody. A big revolution has happened in rural India, in the urban India, and different parts of India, and different parts of the world too. Unless we define our values properly, we cannot lead our life properly. We don't live life according to Charles Darwin, struggle for existence, survival of the fittest. No. In spirituality, there is no struggle for existence. It's not the survival of the fittest, survival of everybody, every life form. Every fish, every bird, every animal has got equal rights as human beings. Whether you are fit or not, everybody has to survive. You cannot take the life of any animal, any bird, any fish. So the fundamental value for me is ahimsa. Ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Ahimsa means not killing animals, birds and fish for food or for sport. And another defined value for me is that you should realize who you are. As Upanishads say, Tattvamasi, you are that, you are not this body. You are a pure consciousness. The body goes away, but you will remain forever. You will live in eternal time as a soul. The body goes away, but you are there always. This has to be realized by every human being, and that happens only through meditation. Meditation is the most fundamental value. Ahimsa is the most fundamental value. So these are the two values. Ahimsa, paramo dharmaha, which boils down to being a vegetarian, and dhyanaha, parama mokshaha. Through meditation, you will get your enlightenment, ultimate salvation. After 24 hours a day, everybody should spend 2 or 3 hours in meditation, being with one's own self. Yoga has chitta vritti nirodha. Yoga means making the mind waves empty. Not thinking of any other people. You must make your mind empty. After 24 hours, 3 hours should be in emptiness, practicing emptiness. So, in Pyramid Spiritual Society movement, which I have started almost 40 years back as a single man army, the most important things are learn meditation, practice meditation, teach meditation, and spread meditation everywhere. And through meditation, everybody knows the value of ahimsa, the truth of ahimsa, and ahimsa paramo dharmaha. Ahimsa boils down to being a vegetarian. You cannot kill animals, birds and fish. And you cannot eat those carcasses and be healthy and happy. If you want to be healthy, if you want to be happy, you must become a vegetarian first and then become a master of meditation. These are the values for me. And I went from pillar to post, to house, from village to village, town to town, country to country in the world, to establish these defined values in everybody.
Just amazing, right? One man realizing his purpose creates a movement all over the world, which goes like massively. And just imagine what if all of us realize our purpose of life and take the responsibility like him and work for it. Aren't we going to create heaven on Mother Earth? It's completely possible, right? So yesterday actually saw Srinivas Reddy sir said one beautiful thing, that the moment you realize why you are on this planet, there's a different kind of responsibility that comes into you. You're not until then the life you will be living it for somebody else, like, I have to do this for them, for this, for that. But the moment you realize the purpose of life, why you are here, it is you're doing it for your own self. And that kind of responsibility that we get is totally different from the worldly responsibility. And living every breath for that purpose of life becomes everything. So Sir said, the moment I realized my purpose of life, I was one-man army. And today he has created lakhs and lakhs of meditators across the globe, right? That great, gigantic soul who came here to spiritualize the world. He has just created a massive movement for all of us. And he is helping us to realize our purpose of life through meditation. So, in meditation, what happens is Sir keeps talking about third eye, activation of third eye, right? The more we meditate, quiet the mind, and get into the no mind state, we receive a lot of cosmic energy. And once we receive the cosmic energy, the activation of third eye happens. And with that third eye, we start seeing the bigger picture of life. And that is where we start getting the intuitions and the blueprint of what we need to do, why we are on this planet. So there, meditation becomes a prerequisite to know our purpose of life. And to align with our purpose of life, we need to be work-minded, every breath dedicated to that purpose alone. And it's really amazing to see, right? He says you will sacrifice everything once you realize your purpose of life. So I know, like, there will be kind of confusion state. We are stuck in the worldly life, and there's something calling us upon, and there's a phase where we don't have clarity upon what we need to do. And I don't know, like, a lot of us will be there in that confusion state, but he says, have patience and keep meditating. Have patience, your purpose will come to you if you keep meditating. So let's watch one more video where he talks about it.
क्या करने के लिए आए हैं आप? उसका जांच करनी है। आप किस चीज के लिए आए हैं? किस व्यवहार के लिए आए हैं? That you should put into yourself. That is the inquiry, self-inquiry. Not one husband, two children. You have not come for that. Why you have life? You contemplate on that. Then you will have your enlightenment. Enlightenment begins when you understand your purpose of life. Everybody must understand the specific purpose of life. Pandit Bismillah Khan came only for Shahnai. He did not come for India's independence. Mahatma Gandhi did not come for Shahnai. He came for India's independence. Allah Laka came for tabla. Pandit Jasraj came for his singing. Mother Teresa came for service. Shreyans Daga has come for teaching meditation. That is the purpose of life. Shreyans Daga also has a wife and has 2 kids. That wife and 2 kids is not his purpose of life. Everybody will have a husband, everybody will have a wife, everybody will have children. That is not your purpose of life.
People ask me, Sir, what should I do? What is my purpose? Aha! Your purpose is not different from my purpose. Every human being's purpose is to seek enlightenment. Parents must be enlightened parents. Husband should be enlightened husband. Wife should be enlightened wife. Children should be enlightened children. The rulers should be enlightened rulers. The chief minister should be enlightened chief minister. The prime minister should be enlightened prime minister. The school teacher should be an enlightened school teacher. The bus driver should be an enlightened bus driver. The sitarist should be enlightened sitarist. The violinist should be an enlightened violinist. The tablaist should be an enlightened tablaist. The cook, the bawarchi, should be an enlightened bawarchi, should cook. Everybody should be enlightened. That is the purpose of life, human life.
Simple, right? He said it in the most simplest way. Everybody should become enlightened. That is the purpose of human life. So, sir also says that humans are essentially two things. Okay, one is a personal self, and one is a impersonal self. He says in these two things, the personal self is small, and impersonal self is huge. Maybe 10% of 10 to 15% of personal self, and almost 85% it is impersonal self. So 15% of personal self is about taking care of your needs and needs of your family members around you. But apart from that, impersonal self, the 85%, the huge part of impersonal self is about becoming a master in one of the areas. It can be art, sports, craft, music, meditation, any branch of knowledge. You have to become a master of it and contribute to the whole of the humanity with that mastery, free of cost, for the general benefit of the whole of the community. So he says this is the actual purpose. One, you have to become enlightened. Two, you have to start contributing to the whole of the humanity with your mastery, with your enlightenment. So, such a beautiful takeaway today. Sir, we all scratch our head to know what is our purpose of life, but sir told very, very simple, in a very simple manner. Enlightenment is your purpose. So become masters and start contributing with that mastery to the world. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much. Over to you, ma'am, Bhavani madam.
Wow, that's wonderful, Prithvi. Actually, before coming to meditation, even I used to be like, no, why am I here? Like after coming, because life is all good, like everything is going smoothly, like beautiful. So I have everything. So, but now, like after like coming into meditation, and like there is a purpose for the soul. That's why we take this life and then for experience few things. But now, like wow, it's really really wonderful. Like but yeah. So I think very soon I'll know my purpose of life. So
Yeah, ma'am. Also would like to hear Sirisha's point of view about the videos.
yes, ma'am. Shirisha ma'am.
Yeah. So thank you, Prithvi, for explaining that. So the purpose of life, it is like a huge subject, right? Like when we think about purpose of life, it's like we are like we don't even know, right? So there is a point like what we don't even know what is the purpose of. I think there are a lot of people among us, we don't even know to that point what is our purpose of life. But still, what Sir says is my takeaway is like self-inquiry and contemplate. So you have to have that self-inquiry whenever you are sitting in meditation, right? At least have that questioning in your mind. Why? What is this? Is it just not like doing my job, my children, my family? So this is, and also Sir says that unless you know purpose, or unless you know your purpose of life, we keep coming back. right? We keep coming back, the cycle continues. We will come back again, we will again do the same things again, unless we understand why, what for we are coming back here still. So that cycle continues. So my takeaway is that self-inquiry and contemplate. Every time do that self-inquiry, that will lead us at least to the point where we will have the trigger point will come, why we are doing that. Amazing. That's very beautiful videos, Prithvi. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Over
Thank
to
you,
you.
Shivram, for sharing that. Yeah, thank you. And Masters, now I invite a wonderful speaker today, Divya Nadimpalli Master, founder of Omega, Meditation Magic, Dallas, and the core member of Omega Pyramid Dallas, USA, and who is like spreading meditation to thousands of people in Dallas. Welcome, Divya. Over to you.
So thank you, Bhavani Madam. So hello, everyone. So my name is Divya Nadimpalli. I'm from Dallas, Texas. So before I start on this special occasion of Guru Purnima, my heartfelt gratitude to my parents and our beloved Guru, Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji. So I could not imagine my life without Patriji's influence on me. Today, I'm going to share my personal journey with him and the interactions I had with him that has a profound impact on my life today. So, my dear friends, my spiritual journey started in the year 2002. That's when I first met Patriji in one of the year-end programs of PSSM, Dhyana Mahayajnams. They used to call them yajnams before they made it to Chakram. So that year it happened in Vijayawada. So I happened to be in that place. I was doing my intermediate education back then. So that phase when I got introduced to meditation was a very low phase in my life. I was battling with teenage depression, and my mom took me along with her to this wonderful program called Dhyana Mahayajnam. And that's the first time I saw Patriji. He was on stage, and he was saying a statement that I am not your guru, your breath is your guru. And he also said that there's no money exchange in teaching of meditation or spreading of meditation. And then we're all here to do service, unconditional seva and service. These three aspects of his philosophy really, really inspired me at that time. And during the same program, he also shared his vision of grand vision that Pyramid Jagat, Vegetarian Jagat, and Dhyana Jagat. I was thinking like, how can one person think this big? Versus me, I'm just really thinking of my own life and my own exam the next day or just few days in my life. So I was really, really inspired by this vision. So I started observing PSSM movement and Patriji. I met him so many different times. I never lost the opportunity to meet him whenever he's close by to my hometown or wherever I am. So I met him so many times to get to know about him, know about the philosophy, what spirituality is, why am I born, same thing to know that my purpose of life, right? So the more times I met him, the many things I directly learned from him. So this one specific thing he made me learn was being very conscious of our speech and reading books, what to read, what not to read, and how to eat, how to walk. He's a live example on how to live life that fullest potential. And I also like the way how strongly he put into practice that, and also he spreads the word that you have to be a vegetarian. Until then, I never seen any other guru who is so strongly spreading the word to become vegetarian. These things really inspired me. And I was very fortunate to have spent some personal time with him. So this is in the year 2009. I just got married. I was about to move to USA. And I got a phone call from Patriji's secretary, Sai Kumar Reddy, saying, Divya, Sir wants to meet you. Come and meet him. He was in Chennai that time. So I was surprised. Why would Patriji want to meet me? Why would he make someone call me to come and meet him? I was so surprised by this phone call. And I rushly went and met him. And he looked into my eyes and said, Madam, samsarame nirvana, sahaname pragati. I didn't understand the impact of these words, these statements back then. I said, okay, maybe I just took it and just I went back to the college. And after a few months, I moved to USA. After coming to USA, the first 15 years of my life, I had been through some hardship, the relationships. That's when I realized the impact of those statements. So these two statements got me out of these hardships I had. So Patriji has foreseen the challenges that I'm going to face in future. So Patriji has that ability. Sometimes he don't make us realize or acknowledge that, but he can see through us, see through our purpose, see through what's going to happen in future, and how we are going to progress in the spiritual path. So later on, in the year 2016, around 16 and 18, I had a great opportunity to work with him very closely while doing Meditation Magic newsletter. So I used to be in constant touch with him on phone calls just because he has to do the correction of the newsletter. So while having that conversations, he made me understand that, madam, your mind's nature is to be fearful and have limited thoughts. But soul's nature is to be fearless. Be fearless, madam. Take it forward. Whatever you believe in, believe it strongly and take it forward. And at the same time, he said, madam, I'm envisioning Dallas as spiritual headquarters of spirituality. I don't know back then what's going to happen in Dallas. I just moved to Dallas back then. And we have maybe 1 or 2 meditators, maybe my friends and family members. So I got inspired by that vision. I thought, yes, sir, I will do my part for making it a spiritual headquarters. And then I started working little bit, step by step, started to spread meditation to people around me. And some like-minded people joined me as well. They said, Divya, we like what you're doing. We will be with you to support you with this mission of Dhyana Jagat. So that's how they joined me. We have become a great team. And now we have spread to many thousands of people meditation in Dallas. And one other instant I have with him was very profound impact in my life was in the year 2018. I happened to go to Everest Base Camp trek. So it was about 15 days trek. So to make the long story short, I would say on the 10th day of the trek, I have affected with severe hypothermia and I became unconscious. Just before a few moments that I was able to close my eyes, I got a strong intention from my mind, from inside of me, saying that I'm not dying here. I have so much to contribute to the world. And at that moment, I said to Patriji, sir, I don't know. You have to take care of me. And with that, I closed my eyes. And I was unconscious about 2 to 3 hours. And I felt his energies. And I strongly believe he's the one who brought me back to life. And I came back and I shared the same experience. And he just didn't acknowledge it. He just smiled, gave a big smile, and then he walked away from. I just trying to. I met him after a few months after this trek. I told him, sir, was it you who really brought me back? He didn't say yes or no. He just looked into my eyes and just smiled, and then he left. So, but I strongly believe he's the person who brought me back to life. So since that experience, I feel that I have to contribute for his vision. I have to do something for the world, not just for myself and my family, whatever way I can, whatever possible direction I can. So it may be a small drop in the ocean of the entire PSSM, but I have to do my own contribution and depart from this life. That's one beautiful experience I had with him. It's a profound impact that I want to cherish in my life. And one more incident I had with him was in 2015, in the year end, he happened to come to USA. I was in Atlanta back then. And I traveled with him to Florida, about 5 hours going and 5 hours coming, returning back, about 10 hours time. I was driving the car and he was sitting next to me. And we have Sai Kumar Reddy and Srikanth Garla from Atlanta in the back seat. And I asked her, so I have a few questions. Can I ask you? Yes, madam. Shoot a question. So I have so many questions. I'm going to share a few questions with you. I asked him, sir, do we really need relationships? Are these relationships are for our convenience? That was a question I asked him. And he said, madam, it depends on which phase of spirituality you are in. If you're the first phase, you definitely need relationships. The second phase of spirituality doesn't need really any intimate relationships. That was very enlightening for me. The other question I asked was, can we become enlightened and still have diseases in the body? Many of you might have this question as well. So he said, yes, madam. There are two reasons why we suffer. One thing is due to our past life karmas, and second reason is for our own choice, personal choice. Yes, few great souls, they choose this life to prove to others you can still have disease in the body and still live a healthy, happy, and enlightened life. This is one of the greatest answers I got. And one more question I asked him was, my mind always jumps from future to past. It's very hard for me to be in the present moment. I asked him, how do we become the best version of ourselves? How do we be in the present moment? He said, madam, always keep yourself busy. The concept of no worry, no hurry, do not waste your time. He shared that concept. And he said, madam, set higher targets, the targets that you can't even imagine of, and start working to the target. Once you are working to the highest targets, which are aligned to your purpose, you are born to be in living the present moment. You're born to be becoming your best version of yourself. So the conversation, the time I spent with him was very cherished moment. And likewise, I had so many experiences with him. I met him again in USA, in New York City. So I was part of one of the program that was organized by PSSM that year. It's called Vegetarian Vision, with a collaboration of PSSM and an organization who promotes vegetarianism. So Stark happened to stay in New York for 3-4 days. I was very closely with him. And that day, I was pressing his legs, he was lying on the sofa. That day, he made me laugh like anything. He was recollecting all his past memories of people coming to him and asking silly questions and how he reacted, how he hit him, and how he slapped them. He was sharing all those things. I was laughing, laughing, laughing. I said, sir, please do not share anymore. I can't laugh. My stomach is hurting. My cheeks are hurting. But he didn't stop. We both were laughing, laughing, and I saw a small tear from his eyes because when you laugh too much, right, you get tears. I was having that happy tears. He was having his happy tears. It was a wonderful, wonderful moment. I got really connected with this Patriji, and now I feel I have to do my part for his grand vision. It was very clear to me. I have no doubt. My purpose is to work towards his grand vision of Pyramid Jagat, Vegetarian Jagat, and Dhyana Jagat. So one of the initiative we recently took up as Dallas PSSM or our Dallas Master was to build a mega meditation center in Dallas, Omega. So I'll do my own part for this mega project, and I'm ready to depart whenever the time comes. So thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. So privileged to share about Patriji on the special occasion of Guru Purnima. Thank you, my dear friends. Back to you, Bhavani Madam.
Thank you, Divya Master. So wonderful. You're doing a wonderful job, and you are a great leader, because like we all get inspiration and motivation from you, and you support us like a lot. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Masters. If anyone want to share something, I want to ask any questions, please raise your hands. Yeah. See any comments? Yeah. Thank you, Divya. Thank you for sharing that with us. Thank you so much. I think now we can conclude today's session.
Thank you,
Thank
madam. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Prithvi, for the opportunity. Very good to see Siddhisha as well. Hi, Vikalji. I have seen you in many sessions. I know the entire team of Shambhala.
Thank you, Divya. Thank you, Divya, for sharing your, your experience with great master Patriji. Thank you so much.
And what I am taking away with your experience is to keep yourself busy and set the highest targets so that you're always in the present moment. That's the biggest takeaway. Thank you so much, Divya.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
and those are
Prithvi.
great questions like you're sharing with us. I mean, the answers also, Divya. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
All right, masters. I think let's conclude this session for today. See you all tomorrow at the same time with another wonderful topic. Have a good day and good night, masters.